Hey everybody, welcome to week 3 with Dr. RP. This is our welcome to the week introduction to what we're going to be doing in week 3 and just a little orientation. And so this week we are going to, in our welcome to the week, I'm going to remind you what this week's about, talk to you a little bit about it, give you some reminders for assignments due this week, and then we don't have really any housekeeping this week, but I'll give you some updates on upcoming assignments for the following week. So here we go. This week we're talking about imposter syndrome, and I'm going to, I'm excited for you to read the chapter on in the textbook called Do You Have What It Takes, which in some ways is going to be something that would be some of the questions we asked you prior to even applying or being admitted to the program. So what kinds of supports are you using? What are you doing to help get yourself ready for this doctoral program? And then it's going to present you with some strategies to help you feel confident and ready. As you're reading that chapter, don't think about applying those tasks just to dissertation writing. Think about applying the support systems and the suggestions to your doctoral work as well. Think about how you can use those strategies, setting time aside to write regularly or to work on your assignments regularly, finding different sources of support for self-care and motivation. Think about using those for your classwork for the next couple of years, and then you'll be in really good shape when it comes time to write your dissertation. The other topic that we're going to think about, besides just thinking about how to really set yourself up for success, is the fact that when we encounter big asks like this, going through the dissertation and doctoral education process, we really start to encounter imposter syndrome. Imposter syndrome is the experience of feeling like you're not qualified to do the thing you're doing. And this happens to all of us. I'm sure that some of you, even in the work that you're doing professionally, you feel this way. I know I feel this way in the work that I do, both in terms of writing and in terms of teaching. I go through imposter syndrome. In fact, many of you are experts in your area of expertise professionally. And it's a challenge even sometimes for me to remember that I'm an expert in being a doctoral student, and that it's okay for me to own that expertise when I know so many of you are really experts in your experience and your knowledge in other areas, and that intimidates me. So I want you to remember that imposter syndrome is normal, and in this conversation that you'll watch this week with D. Marks and I think you'll really feel encouraged that imposter syndrome is something that all of us face, and it's something that we have to really recognize and reconcile regularly. It's something that if we don't really address, it's going to create a lot of barriers to getting our work done successfully, especially when it comes time to write dissertations and then research beyond the dissertation. So I'm looking forward to hearing your feedback about that conversation with Dee and the reading for this week. The chapter on risk, I think, is a really interesting chapter on a woman's reflection on her experience trying to do research in a different way, and the worry that she has about how people are going to respond to something new and different. And as we try to push through in the academy, really changing the structures of higher education, the way things are done, the way things have always been done, as we try to dismantle systemic structures of racism, oppression, sexism, and other ways that the system has been set up to exclude and protect tiny bastions of power, we're going to need the ability to withstand that fear of what others think of us by doing things differently. And so I'm looking forward to you reading that chapter and to thinking about what would it mean if we did stuff differently? What would it mean if we pushed past our resistance and tried something in a new way? How would success look for us? I also want to encourage you, just a reminder that that feeling that resistance, feeling that uncertainty is normal. And as you develop trust with each other, trust with me, trust with Dr. Maher and the other faculty in the program, we will continue to develop those skills together. So back to our overview of the week. we are going to, I gotta, we are gonna look at your upcoming assignments for this week. This week you have your library research project due in the discussion boards. You can see the instructions for that by clicking assignments. The initial posts are due Thursday 6/25, and make sure you're discussing with each other by Sunday 6/21 like we've talked about. You'll also get feedback not only from me this time but from Julie Hartwell, our teaching librarian. This week is also your first partner chat. As you know, you've been assigned partners for this week's chat in the people section of Canvas, so you can find each other there. You can use the discussion board or you can email each other to figure out when is a good time to meet, but remember your meeting should be by phone or video chat. They should be at least 30 minutes, no longer than 60 minutes, and there'll be some discussion prompts available to start your conversation. Make sure everyone has a chance to share and be a good listener and a good partner to your partner in that chat. And then each partner should send me a summary by Sunday at midnight. You don't need to copy your partner on that summary, just send it straight to me. And if you have any questions, please let me know. Finally, for next week, we're going to be thinking about, for week 4, we're going to be thinking about what is a dissertation. In that, you'll read chapter 2 in our text, and then you're going to each be assigned a dissertation to skim and to begin to analyze. That's an assignment that'll come up later in the semester. We have a synchronous meetup scheduled on Tuesday, June 30th, and that's optional, but I hope you'll be able to make it. You'll turn in draft 1, written, of your research statement, and there'll be a discussion board to talk about the dissertations we're reading. Well, I hope you have a great week. I'm looking forward to hearing your reflections on imposter syndrome and thinking about how we can overcome those together, overcome imposter syndrome together, and to see your library research results. Have a great day.